Einstein and Relativity. In 1919, a solar eclipse made Albert Einstein the most famous scientist on the planet. Years earlier, Einstein had pondered the theories of Isaac Newton, most especially the theory of gravity. Newton had first theorized that what made an apple fall from a tree to the ground was the same force that made the Earth and the rest of the solar system revolve around the sun. His theories and equations, 2 centuries old, still accurately trace the movement of the planets. However, Newton had never been able to explain how or why gravity worked the way it did. Einstein proposed his theory of special relativity in 1905 in a paper titled On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies. Building on the observations of Galileo, he showed that the velocity of any moving mass was relative to the velocity of whatever mass it was measured against. In other, more simple terms, rather than a force, as Newton had assumed, gravity is the effect of mass on space. The most significant aspect of Einstein's work was his proof that space and time, 2 essential elements of physics, were not absolutely fixed and non-variable, but were mutable. He theorized correctly that the only absolute in physics was the speed of light, which was a constant that nothing could exceed. This was a new way of looking at the physical world and the universe. Einstein's theory of general relativity therefore opened the door to a new understanding of how the universe works. Einstein was building on scientific observations not only of Galileo and Newton, but also of many others since. Nevertheless, only Einstein was able to present and codify these observations into a cohesive, provable theory that would lead to technological and scientific advances over the course of the next century. The solar eclipse of 1919 was the first accepted proof of Einstein's idea of relativity, which stated that the light of stars close to the sun would bend in response to its gravity. The effect is visible only during an eclipse. At all other times, light will be obscured by the brightness of the sun. When photographs of the eclipse were published showing that the theory was absolutely correct, Einstein was heralded for his work.